Welcome to your flow to balance the crown chakra. Recognizing we are both that small drop in the ocean and the ocean itself might be a concept that takes time to grasp or awaken to. But with the help of some breath work and mind clearing through focused body movement, we create the opportunity to invite clarity and understanding. I'm Sherlock and am so grateful to be guiding you through today's class. If you're feeling like there's something more to your existence on this plane, then this practice will help you on your path to new discoveries. When we work to balance the crown chakra, we become aware of and open to the beauty that we are all one. We're all connected and we're here to serve, whatever capacity that might be for you. If you're already finding value in this video, I would be so grateful if you gave the like button a tap. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my uploads. We'll open both the front and back of the heart space, create a little fire in the core as we prepare to move into what they call the queen of yoga's asanas, headstand. But don't fear, there is always an alternative of the queen of asanas if it's not for you in this moment. Awaken your inner light as we meet on the mat. Begin the practice with Nadi Shodhana, our alternate nostril breathing, to awaken both hemispheres of the brain to help us through this flow, and also to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which will give us a little more clarity, putting the body into the nervous system into the rest and digest phase gives us our mind more opportunity to be clear rather than being in that fight or flight state. So sitting up nice and tall, bring the right thumb to the right nostril, closing off that nostril. You can bring the index finger and the middle finger to the midpoint between the brow. As we inhale, we're breathing through the left nostril. Release the right, block the left with the ring finger and exhale. Inhale through the right. Release the left, block the right, exhale. Inhale through the left. Release the right, block the left, exhale through the right. Inhale. Release the left, block the right, exhale. Inhale. Release. Open the right, exhale. Continue with this breathing pattern, equal inhale length to equal exhale length as you alternate from one nostril to the other. And I will let you know when it's time to return the breath to its natural rhythm. Gaze is up between the midpoint of the brows. Keeping our focus on the breath. Our focus on the midbrain. One more full round through each nostril. Release the hand to the knee. Eyes can remain closed. Just allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm and observe any sensations throughout the body. Perhaps you notice there's a little less clutter throughout the mind, a little less chatter. Maybe the body feels a little more relaxed and you're able to breathe into the top of the lungs a little further, a little deeper. Gently flutter the eyelids open. Roll over the knees. Come to find a neutral tabletop position. Shoulders are over the wrists. Hips are over the knees. As we breathe in, lower the belly. Lift the chest. Lift the tail. Breathe out. Arch the spine. Draw the chin to the chest. Send the tail toward the earth. Breathe in. Lift the chest. Lift the tail. Breathe out, arch the spine, just waking up the spine, moving through each vertebrae. Breathe in, lower the belly. Breathe out, arch the spine. Come back to a neutral tabletop position, tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, downward facing dog. Just take a moment to set up the posture. So internally rotate the elbows toward each other. Send the shoulder blades down the back and the tail toward the sky, so up and back. Maybe there's a micro bend in the knees to create a little more space through the back body. Draw the heels toward the earth. Inhale now, wave the body forward, come into plank. Maybe you shift the hands forward to find a nice stance. Exhale, we're engaging the core, making sure that we're not dipping in the hips, pressing up through the shoulder blades. Exhale, send the tail back to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave the body forward, come into plank. Exhale, send the tail to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave the body forward. Exhale, sending the tail back to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, now wave the body forward, come into a plank. Use the breath, so we're stacking the heels over the toes, engaging the core. Breathe in. Exhale, navel draws to spine. We're creating fire and heat throughout the body. One more breath. Exhale, send the tail to the sky. Downward facing dog. So we're creating the heat through the body. We're also building strength and stability as we lead into our queen of the asanas, headstand. Gazes to the back of the mat or the navel, just lengthening through the back of the neck. Wave the body forward, come into plank again. Lower the elbows. Fingertips are spread wide. I'm going to be here for 3 full breaths. Inhale, breath rises from the pelvic floor into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Come to the tops of the hands. Send the tail to the sky. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now gently move the feet so they're slightly wider than hips width apart. Send the left hand to grasp hold of the right calf or the ankle and take the gaze up toward the right armpit as we just come into a twisted downward facing dog. Inhale, find length. Exhale, maybe rotate a little further into the twist. Bring the left hand back to the top of the mat. Push back into our downward dog. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left calf or maybe the ankle. Lengthen through the spine on the inhale. Exhale, gently rotate. Maybe we're opening up through that left shoulder as the gaze comes up towards the left armpit. Inhale, create length through the spine and space. Exhale, gently rotate a little further. Navel draws to spine. And bring the right hand to meet the left. Gazes to the top of the mat. Walk the feet to the top, meeting the hands. Hands to shins, find a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find a flat back. Frame the feet, step back to downward facing dog. Lower the elbows. So we come into dolphin. So we're kind of like in a downward facing dog, but we're on our elbows. So you'll notice the crown might touch the earth. Gazes to the back of the mat or the navel. We're lifting up out of the shoulders. So we're not collapsing into the shoulders here. Just like our plank, we're engaging the core. And we were building strength in the core to help us move with ease into our headstand. Now we're doing a similar motion by activating the shoulders to create strength and help support us in the posture. Lower the knees to the mat. Bring the buttocks to the floor. We'll come into a Gomukhasana. So bring the right knee over the top of the left. Right knee over the top of the left, grounding down through the sit bones. Your feet may be out to the sides, and that's okay. Maybe you're able to bring the feet a little closer towards the hips. Beautiful. As we inhale, sweep the right arm to the sky, bend the elbow, send the left arm behind, and try to grasp hold of the right fingertips with the left fingertips. If this is a little too intense, perhaps you've got a towel, or maybe you're even just grabbing hold of the shirt. Let me turn around so that you can see. Now I'm nursing a shoulder injury, so I'll just be grasping hold of the shirt this time to find that tension through the opening of the left shoulder and underneath the right armpit. Lengthen, create space. Exhale, strength with the navel toward the spine. Gently release the grip, unwind the arms. We're just going to remain with our knees stacked on top of each other, and we'll bring the opening to the back of the heart. So as we inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, bring the right arm underneath the left. Weave the hands together, bring the palms to meet. Lift the elbows to shoulder height and draw the thumbs away from the face. Really opening up through the back of the heart. Maybe you close down the eyes. Unravel from the twist. Lean into the hands as we switch the legs, so bringing the left knee over the top of the right. Sending the left arm to the ceiling as we bend into that left elbow. Send the right elbow behind and try to grasp hold of the fingertips. Again, if you're in a slightly tighter body, maybe you're not grasping hold of the fingertips, maybe you're just grasping hold of the shirt, or you have a strap or a towel, just to give your arms a little bit more length in this posture. As we breathe in, we take the energy, life force energy, to those areas in the shoulder, so the opening through the right shoulder, the front of the right shoulder, and the opening through the armpit of the left. Maybe you close down the eyes as you breathe into the body and find that connection of the breath to the body and the mind. Inhale, release the grip. Bring the arms to about shoulder height. Exhale, bring the left arm underneath the right. Weave the wrists, bring the palms to meet. Lift the elbows to shoulder height. Draw the thumbs away from the face. Breathing into the opening through the back of the heart. Just notice where you're feeling the movement and the stretch in this side of the asana. Take the breath deep into the base of the spine. Allow it to open up through the back of the heart into the collarbone. Exhale, the navel draws to spine. Gently unwind the arms. Roll over the knees. Come to find downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, gazes to the top of the mat. Walk the feet between the hands. Bring the hands to the shins. Find a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center, Samastiti. Lower the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, frame the feet, step back into plank, whole body activation. Draw the elbows to the side body, lower down, halfway, Chaturanga. Push through the palms, come to find upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands, pivot the feet so they're facing the long edge of the mat. Maybe you're pigeon toeing the feet toward each other. And we're hinged at the hips, and we're just finding and creating space through the back line of the legs, so up through the hamstrings, through the inner thigh, as we allow the head and neck to hang. Maybe you bring the hands so they're resting the soles of the... Maybe bringing the palms of the hands so they're resting on the mat, about in line with the heels. Maybe you want to bring your hands to the ankles as you use the ankles as leverage to draw the body closer toward the thighs. Beautiful. Bring the hands just underneath the face, lift the torso halfway. Walk the hands to frame the front foot, step back into downward facing dog. Lower the knees, just come to a seated position. Make any adjustments you may need to come into our headstand. Now I have a bun, so I can't be putting the crown of my head on the mat if I have a bun in. So I'm just going to tie my hair so that it's out of my face and I'm able to meet the crown of my head to the earth. Okay. Bring the elbows to the floor. Option to remain here, so you can lift the tail, come into dolphin pose. Allow the head and neck to hang. Maybe the crown touches the mat. Remain here, or if you want to attempt the headstand, bring the elbows to the floor, underneath the shoulders. Interlace the fingers. We want to make sure our pinkies are tucked in, so they're not facing the top of the mat. Pinkies are facing our body and underneath each other. So we've got a nice little cradle here for the top of our head. Release the crown of the head to the earth, and the palms become the cradle for the back of the head. Now tuck the toes, walk the feet toward the body and align the pelvis over the heart to find that center point of balance. What we need to remember is that we've used the practice to build up the strength in the core and the shoulders. So while we're in this posture, we're not resting any of the weight of the body on the head. We're resting the weight on the elbows, engaging the core. Just getting used to this movement now. Bend into one knee, return back to the toes, bend into the other. Getting used to that. When you're ready, bring both knees to the chest. Engage the core. Slowly, with the whole body activated, raise the feet to the sky. Reach up through the soles of the feet as you align the knees over the hips and the hips over the heart. Send the breath from the base of the spine through to the collarbone, helping you to maintain the posture. And when you're ready to come out of the headstand, activate the entire body. Slowly release one leg to the floor, release the other, and come down into Balasana, child's pose. Send the arms to the back of the mat. Just allow the body to recalibrate. And the inhale draws in life force energy. Re-energizing the body. The exhale softens and releases the neck and the shoulders and the core. Gently rise. Shift the hips to one side. Lower the back to the mat. Soles of the feet to the mat, knees to the sky. Lift the hips. Shift them to the right, just an inch or two. Extend the left leg. Draw the right knee across the body. Send the right arm out to the side. Gaze is over to the right hand. Shoulders remain grounded. And we just breathe into this Supta Matsyendrasana, our supine twist. Paying attention to any sensations throughout the body. Notice any differences throughout the mind. Gently unwind from the twist. Bring the knees back to the sky. Press into the feet, lift the hips, shift them over to the left. Extend the right leg out long. Draw the left hip across the body using the right hand. Extend the left arm out to the side. Gaze is over to the left. Maybe you close down the eyes as you use the breath to find that connection with the body and the mind. The inhale creates expansion, not just through the body, but also through the mind. Opening up the awareness that we are not just a drop in the ocean, but the ocean itself. Unwind from the twist. Extend the legs out long. Allow the feet to fall to the sides of the mat. Rest the arms beside the body and slightly away, allowing room for the pits to breathe. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath the chest. Draw the chin away from the chest, encouraging the natural curve of the spine. Release any tension in the jaw and let go of any furrow in the brow. Allow the body to soften and melt into the earth. The mind to expand with each inhale, opening the idea of new opportunities, the idea that we're all connected, united as one. Let go of any tension throughout the body and give yourself permission to settle in. Begin to find awareness for your breath. Become witness to its inhale through the nostrils and its exhale through the nasal passage. And the gentle ebb and flow likened to the natural rhythm of the ocean's tide. Begin to find movement in your fingers and your toes. Gently rock the head and neck from side to side. And when you're ready, roll to your most comfortable side and briefly observe. Press through your free palm. Rise to a comfortable seat. Eyes can remain closed. As we move from our mat back into our everyday lives, perhaps we are able to take with us the idea that to open our heart, to find clarity of mind, we're able to understand that we are all connected, we are all one. We are all one expansive consciousness. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Draw in the energy of the flow. Bring the palms to meet as you exhale, draw them to heart center. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this challenging flow. Thank yourself for coming to the mat today. And remember that it doesn't matter how long you're in a posture for, what matters is how long you're there before you become emotional, how long you're there before you surrender to fear. Take that notion with you from the mat into your everyday lives as you keep creating magic from your world, in your space, at your own pace. Namaste.